All right, everybody. Lord Starfury is back in town. Maybe back in town. I don't actually know yet because I don't know what the consensus is about Starfury right now, but it got buffed, I think, is what it's like listed as in the changes. It got kind of reworked in a couple of ways. Basically, the Starfury got two changes. The first one is that the stars now fall 25% faster, the stars that it creates, and Starfury will now fall through blocks until reaching the player's cursor, unless the cursor is pointed into a solid block, in which case it will fall to the nearest open air block. It should generally fall more often and more reliably through blocks compared to before, which is what the second change is meant to address. If I sound a little different, by the way, it's because I'm recording this like a while after the original footage because I need to re-record it because the original footage had some audio issues, or not like audio issues, but like my mic was having issues, I guess, with picking up what I was saying at some points. And I hope that it doesn't do that, so I can actually get a recording with smooth audio. Starfury also got another change, which is not balance related, which is that the star projectile got a visual rework, so it looks more modern. I can show you right now. As you can see, the star falls faster as well. But I mean, if you go and look at the the OG Starfury star effect, it's pretty dated. Like, it was really old school looking. And now we have this one. It's a nice new little modernistic effect, I suppose. It's not even like it's a old school versus new school effect. It's just that they changed it to be more in line with the sort of visual style that they've been going for over the past years, right? The first change that makes the stars fall faster, I think, addresses one of the issues that Starfury has or has had, and is one of the issues that has made it very prone to being like power crept by the more modern game, as opposed to like when it was first released, which is that the star that used to fall slowly or slower, it missed a lot, which I feel like is a big issue, especially against some bosses. The Eye of Cthulhu in particular is the one that I think of, because while you can kill the Eye of Cthulhu with pre 1.4.4 Starfury in expert mode and above, it's very difficult. And it's very annoying because it's difficult to hit the star projectile because it's really slow. And the Eye of Cthulhu in expert and master mode, especially in its second form, moves really goddamn fast. Old school Starfury used to be fine for classic mode Eye of Cthulhu, classic mode, even like Queen Bee maybe, which is a boss that also is helped by the other change, which I'll talk about in a moment. But it just like, these fast moving bosses are now easier to actually attack and use the Starfury's ability to damage, because the projectile correlates more closely with where your cursor actually is, and it just makes hitting where you're aiming easier, right? The second change, like I mentioned, would help with something like the Queen Bee, because the Queen Bee, as an example, is basically the perfect example. If you fight it where you find it, it's in a very small enclosed space. Usually you don't do that because you'll probably die in expert mode and master mode. But even if you make an arena, there's still issues because it's surrounded by jungle. And the issue that Starfury has always had underground is that the star projectile will like fall and it'll break on areas that are nowhere near where you need it to land. Like, instead of your open arena space, a Starfury star will break in like a tiny little 4-tile gap in the ground or something that's just chilling there because it just didn't used to be very good at traveling through blocks. But now, I mean, you can just see when I use it, it goes through straight through everything that you need. You can even see like it'll break on platforms that are below your cursor. So it's just much easier to actually just use it and make it go exactly where you want it. This was also a big issue, I think, with Starfury, because I'm pretty sure that I think that its projectiles would break on any platform before 1.4.4. Like, you have your cursor down here and click because like there's an enemy down here, it would break on the top platform. So you couldn't use these like arena structures with platforms with Starfury, or it would be exceedingly inefficient, which would make fights like, again, like the Eye of Cthulhu, like almost impossible to win, because you're usually jumping around on platforms when you're fighting the Eye of Cthulhu, and if your stars just break on the platforms, then you can't hit the goddamn boss, right? So this actually becomes useful with arenas now, since the star just goes wherever you want, and just makes it a whole lot more, you know, less annoying to use and better in general. I think that's going to be it. Just went over all the changes. It's kind of, this is like a nostalgia fueled video as well, because I mean, STARFURY was always kind of just super nostalgia item, right? Just old school Terraria. Just you go up into a floating island and you just find this awesome sword that shoots a star from the sky. And it used to be really strong, you know, and it just got power crept as the years went on. It was kind of sad to see. So it's cool that they're giving it some love and that they modernized it in some ways to make it more useful for us STARFURY lovers. That's going to be all for the video today, though. Hopefully you enjoyed and took something away from this. Hopefully that you love STARFURY more than you did before. And I shall see you in the next video.